Hey, what's up, everybody? Alf here with some hot breaking news. I'm not going to do that, but I do have your first look at the upcoming bans for Great League Remix. You may remember that they announced at the beginning of the season that we'd be getting a version of Great League where they banned the top 10 most used things in the format. We were supposed to get these bans around March 15th when Great League concluded for the first time, but we haven't yet. We now have them. We have the list straight from Niantic. We're going to take a look at which Pokemon have been banned. There's definitely some surprises on the list. I think you won't be terribly surprised by some of these mons, but you will be surprised at some of the things that are banned. And we'll also take a first look at the meta. I've used one of the excellent tools over at pvpoke.com to generate a custom meta look. We'll talk a little bit about why you can't take it at full face value when we get there. But you know what? I know that you're waiting for it. Let's not slow roll it any longer. Let's take a look at those bans, yeah? So, your list of Pokemon banned for Great League Remix. They are Venusaur, Raichu and Alolan Raichu, Marowak, Azumarill, Umbreon, Skarmory, Swampert, Galvantula, both Stunfisks, and Talonflame. You can definitely see the influence of, say, the Talonflame Community Day. I don't think you would have ever expected to see Talonflame on this list pre-Community Day, but here it is. A lot of interesting stuff here. I don't think any of us really probably expected Raichu or Alolan Raichu to make this list, but here they are. My guess is that their usage, especially at the lower ranks, really does sort of influence the fact that you're here. What you won't see banned here is a couple Pokemon that seem to be missing. None of the important Pokemon for everyone's favorite rock, paper team, Grasshole. None of them are banned. Bastiodon is legal. Both of the Razor Leafers, all of the Razor Leafers are essentially legal. Altaria has not been hit by the ban hammer here. Neither has Medicham. There's a lot of very good Pokemon who got omitted here. And it's going to be very interesting to see what these specific bans do. You can also see just one of the limitations with GBL. They can't just ban Alolan Marowak. They have to ban both Marowaks. I don't know what classic Kanto Marowak did to deserve this ban, but honestly, I feel bad. I feel bad for Kanto Whack and Kanto Chew, both Pokemon that would be totally fine here. But yeah, some interesting stuff, some things to look at. I don't know if these are in the order of their usage. This was just the order that they were presented to us, but definitely happy to see. I know a lot of you are going to be happy to see a Great League format that simply doesn't have Azumarill and Stunfisk in it. Those are the two Pokemon that I think most players would universally say, let's just nix those and see what happens. So should be pretty darn interesting. So with these Pokemon banned, what does that mean for the meta? Well, here's what I've done. Let's take a quick peek at a preliminary set of rankings for Great League Remix. So using the tools over at PvPoke, I've simply excluded these Pokemon from the Great League rankings and generated a new list of rankings. Now, here's why this can't be taken at face value. You'll notice a really heavy weighting to counter users here in the top 10. So PvPoke does an excellent job of increasing and decreasing the weight of certain Pokemon's matchups based on usage. One of the reasons why all of these counters are so good is that they beat up on stuff that you frankly won't be seeing in Great League Remix. The fact that you beat, let's say, Kanto Graveler is irrelevant. However, everything is given equal weight here. All of the wins are given equal weight. Therefore, some of these Pokemon will probably not be making as big a splash. That said, I think the top four are all going to be pretty prevalent in this meta. Either one of the high quality counter users, Scrafty, Medicham, or Deoxys, and Altaria are going to be very, very, very popular here. I would say that you take the counter users with a grain of salt, but if we start scrolling down, you're going to start to see some Pokemon that I think really could make an impact. Bastiodon is down there at number 13. Cresselia is in there as well. You also get down here and you're going to start seeing the Charmers. Wigglytuff, Alolan Ninetales is still here and viable. There's a lot of Pokemon here Mandibuzz, and Tropius. So you start seeing Tropius and Abomasnow. Basically, none of the Weather Ballers were banned. There's a lot of very good Pokemon left. And unfortunately, I think what you're going to end up seeing here is something similar to what we saw in our current our 30 switch timer meta. Most of the high quality Weather Ballers are still here. And I think what you're going to see is a lot of those Pokemon back in the meta. But I also think you're going to see a lot of Alterias. You're going to see a lot of counter users, especially those top 3 there. They're really, truly going to be hard to build around, say, any number of Pokemon plus Bastiodon. Bastiodon is going to be a pretty centralizing force, and it covers the weaknesses of a number of these Pokemon very, very well. So I think early on, counter user plus Bastiodon is going to be a very popular metagame. And it's going to be interesting to see where we find those high value core breakers deep in the rotation. What cores sort of emerge as the top ones, and then what can you do to break up those cores? Because it's pretty rare to see a Pokemon with an 100% win rate. Well, not 100% win rate, but 100% score in any kind of PV poke ratings. I don't expect Scrafty will end up being the top mon in this meta. But at the same time, it's worth noting. It's worth keeping an eye on these. I bet by the point that this video is out, PV Poke will be putting out a more balanced look at the meta. I have to sort of put this together on the fly and make it sort of work so that I can release this video in advance of that work being done. But I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of excited to see what we see here. So that about sums it up for you. What I'm curious about is what you think of these specific bans. Is there something you wish was banned? Is there something hiding down in the rankings that you think is going to be an absolute sleeper that we definitely need to be keeping an eye on? Let me know in the comments of the video down below. I do appreciate you watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. It helps us grow the channel here quite a lot. And come check us out live on Twitch. I'm currently literally live right now. I know, weird, right? But I'll be playing some Pokemon Go later today. I've got some teams from Patreon supporters to try out, including a very, very, very spicy double legacy mon that I've never used before, that you might have never seen before. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch y'all next time. Good luck with your battles. Cheers.